Students, today we will discuss Bio-Savart's law and its application. We will determine, according to Bio-Savart's law, due to small current element. See here, if this is a wire and this wire is carrying current I. Now you know that current is a scalar quantity. You make it vector. How you will make it vector? By taking very small length. And what is this length? dl. And we will call this element as idl. This is a vector quantity. This dl is various differential length, and the direction of this is known as current element. Idl is known as current element. This is a vector quantity, but I is a scalar quantity. Now the direction of this idl is taken from here. You draw a tangent. This is the direction of current element idl. Now due to this current element, see here, once again you see, this is a wire, and this wire may be curved, straight, or in any patterns, any geometric figure. Here, according to Bio-Savart's law, we can determine the magnetic field due to a very small portion of the wire, and this small length is differential length dl. Now current flowing through this wire is I. So what is this current element? Ideal. This is a vector quantity. Now due to this small current element, if we want to find magnetic field at point P, which is lying at distance r, this is distance r, and r cap is the position vector. R cap is a position vector along vector r. R is a vector, and r is the distance from ideal current element at point P. Now, at point P, we want to find magnetic field due to this small current element. Now, according to Bio-Savart's law, the magnetic field at point P will be very small dB. This small magnetic field will be dB. Why small? Because since the current element is small, the length of this element is very small. So the magnetic field due to this current element at point P will be also very small, and this is dB. According to Bio-Savart's law, the magnetic field at point P is directly proportional to IDL cross r cap vector. Ideal cross r cap vector. See here, this is the direction of ideal and this is the direction of r cap. R cap is a unit vector that is having unit magnitude. And what is this angle? Theta. You know that I A cross B is equals to AB sine theta. So I dl cross R is equals to I dl. What is the magnitude of R cap? 1. So 1 into something, it will not change. What is ideal? You will write as it is, r into 1, same, it will remain same, and sine theta, because we know that cross product of two vector is equals to magnitude of the two vector into sine of the angle theta, and the direction of this two will be normal to the plane, will be along normal to the plane. So here, since we have to do cross product ideal cross r cap, what is the direction of ideal? Ideal is along this line and r cap is along this line. So ideal cross r, we have to move clockwise. So when you rotate here a screw in clockwise, it will move inward. When you rotate here a screw like this, from here to here along this line, if you rotate the clock screw, it will move inward. So direction of magnetic field at point P here will be vertically inward. So that's why here I have put here sign minus n cap, that is vertically inward. And this is the first statement given by the Biot. And it is second statement what he told. This magnetic field at point P is inversely proportional to square of distance. More be the distance, lesser will be the strength of magnetic field at point P. So magnetic field at point P is inversely proportional to square of distance. This is second statement given by the Biot. So combining this two statement, combining equation 1 and 2, magnetic field is directly proportional to IDL sine theta, here n cap minus n cap, because here magnetic field is vertically inward, upon distance का whole square. Now there is a proportionality sign. If you remove this proportionality sign, then you have to put here a constant, and this constant is known as the mu naught by 4 pi. Mu naught is the permeability of free space. Mu naught is the permeability of free space. It is the measure of magnetic lines of force passes through a given cross section area, through a given medium, passes through a given medium. Mu naught is the measure of easiness through which magnetic lines of force passing through vacuum. But if here it will be Fe, then ferrous through iron. If here it will be Cu, then it will be measure of magnetic permeability through the copper. Now you see here, we can see that magnetic field also depend on the medium. So if this is a current carrying wire and you want to find magnetic field at point P, now in between this current carrying wire and point P, if the medium is iron, so magnetic field will be more. If this medium is here, the magnetic field will be slightly less. If this medium is something different and we want to find magnetic field at point P, the magnetic permeability mu will be different. So magnetic field also depends on the medium in which we are considering or we want to find the magnetic field. And here we will write what? Here we will write IDL sine theta, IDL sine theta minus n cap upon distance का whole square. This is the statement given by the Biot, and this is known as Biot-Savart's law. Now we will apply this formula for determining the magnetic field due to a straight current carrying conductor. Before magnetic field, so we will determine B means magnetic field due to a straight wire, due to a straight conductor of finite length, conductor due to a straight conductor of finite length carrying current. Now you see here, what you have to do, you take a finite length of wire. This is carrying current I, and at a perpendicular distance capital D, you have to find the magnetic field at point P. Once again, see, this is straight wire of finite length, and from the straight wire at a distance D, capital D, at point P, you have to find the magnetic field. Now we have to apply Biot-Savart's law. Then for applying Biot-Savart's law, take a small length dl. Since the current flowing through this I, so we call this current element as IDL. Now see, you know dl is differential length. and differential length dl is very small, just close to 0. It is very small. So if you connect this point with this point, or either from this point, the angle will remain same. Here in the figure I am representing that this the separation is slightly, which is visible, but actually dl is very less, very less. So this angle and this angle will be same. Let this angle is theta. So definitely you know this is a right angle triangle. This is 90 degree. This is 90. You know that in a triangle the sum of three angles is 90 degree. So let this angle will be 90 minus theta. And we consider 90 minus theta as angle phi. Any angle phi. Now you see here, due to this small current element, see here, once again see, we have taken a straight current carrying wire, and we want to find magnetic field at point P, which is at a distance perpendicular distance d from it. For determining magnetic field at point P, we first cut this wire into several very small differential length and take one small length which is carrying current I. We call this as a current vector ideal. Due to this small current element, we determine magnetic field at point P. Similarly, we will take some another portion, find magnetic field at point P. If similarly we will keep on taking, it will never end, because dl means very small length. So to determine magnetic field due to this whole wire, we go through a special process, a special mathematical do, that is integration. Integration means sum up the magnetic field due to all very small current elements. So if we go through the process, a special mathematical process, that is integration, we can easily determine the magnetic field due to this whole wire. How? Let us see further. Now, take a small current element ideal. Due to this small current element, the magnetic field at point P. Take a small current element. Take a small current element. Ideal. And due to this small current element, magnetic field at point P will be dB, and this is equals to mu naught by 4 pi. This is equals to mu naught upon 4 pi ideal sine theta, ideal sine theta. Why sine theta? Because this angle ideal and r, this is vector r. Let this distance be L, small l, and this length is dl. This length is L, and from here to here it is dl. This length is dl and this length is L. Now you see here upon r square. Now you see here sine theta. You know that sine theta is equals to cos 90 minus theta. Sine theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta. We mark this equation as equation 1. And here angle 90 minus theta, we have assumed this as cos angle phi. So we will write this angle as cos phi. Now in place of sine theta, we can write cos phi. In place of sine theta, we can write cos phi. And now see here how we can write r. See here in this triangle, because see here, if you will take a small current element here, the distance r will be more. If you take dl here, r will be less, but d will not change. So we have to write r in terms of d. So take this. This angle is phi, the cos phi. You know, cos theta is equal to base. in this triangle, this is phi, perpendicular, 90 degrees facing side, hypotenuse. This is the base upon hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is r. The value of r will be d by cos phi. R comes this side, cos phi this side, d by cos phi. The value of r is d by cos phi. Just remember this. In place of sine theta, we have to put here sine phi, cos phi. Now again see here dl. See here, this angle is right angle triangle, tan phi. Tan phi is equals to, right here, tan phi is equals to, see here, right here. What is the formula for tan theta? Tan phi is equals to tan phi p by b, l by d, l upon d. See here, the value of L will change then if the current element here, value of L is this. If the current element is here, then value of L will increase, and similarly the value of phi will also increase. If we are saying that if the current element is here, then length will be changed. This small length L will change, because in the previous case the current element was here. Since we have determined magnetic field to whole wire, then we will take one length here, one small current element here, one will be here, one will be here, because we have to calculate the magnetic field to the whole wire. So similarly, if it goes on adding all these three, if you are taking a small current element here, then its length small L will change, and corresponding value of this angle phi will change. So that's why we have to differentiate this equation with respect to phi, because the phi will change if position of dl length will change, then angle phi for representing this position will change. So differentiating above equation with respect to phi, differentiating above equation with respect to phi, above equation with respect to phi, with respect to phi. Now you see here, what is the differentiation of tan theta? Sec theta, sec square theta. L is dl and d is constant. Leave this d, d comes this out. Here 1 by d we take is constant, and differences of L is dl. D take this side, it becomes dl is equals to d see here, what is the differentiation of tan phi with respect to dl, with respect to dl? Then see here, theta and dl are different terms, so here differentiation of, see here, first take constant this one, and differentiation of tan is sec square theta, then put product sign and differentiate this dl. Differentiation of theta with respect to dl, this will be d theta upon dl. We will write here d theta upon u, we should write here. See here, once again you see here, differentiation of tan, keep this constant, tan is sec square, this is constant theta, then differentiate, we will apply product rule, not product rule here. For differentiation of any trigonometric function, we first take this one constant phi, and then we differentiate tan trigonometric function. Differentiation of tan is sec square phi, sec square phi is constant, comes here sec square phi into, then differentiate phi terms. with respect to dl, then it will be d phi upon dl. We will write here d phi upon dl. Wait, once again see here. We can write this equation L is equals to d tan phi. L is equals to, see here, L is equals to d tan phi. So now differentiation of L is dl, d constant. We will differentiate with respect to phi. With respect to phi, this is phi. We will differentiate, see here, differentiate the above equation with respect to phi. Right here, with respect to phi. With respect to phi. Now you see here, dl is equals to d differentiation. Why we will take d as it is? Because d is constant. Tan is sec square kept phi, and differentiation of phi is d phi. Therefore, see here, all of you, this is third point. Now here in the equation, see this equation. Now the magnetic field due to this small current element will be mu naught upon 4 pi I dl. In place of dl we will put d sec square phi into d phi. I dl sin theta ideal sin theta. Sin theta we can write, sin theta is equals to cos phi. We will write cos phi by distance का whole square of the distance. What is distance? R, d by cos phi, r square, d square by cos square phi, d square by cos square phi. Now you see here, you know that sec square, sec is equals to 1 by cos. So 1 by cos square cancel. D, capital D, d square means d into d, 1d will cancel out. Now you see here, this equation becomes, we can write this equation as dB is equals to mu naught by 4 pi I into cos phi into d phi, cos phi into d phi by d. Now you see here, you see this, here the value of phi is changing. We have determined the magnetic field due to very small portion. Now to determine the magnetic field due to this two portion, connect the line, join this line, and take this angular position as phi 1 and take this angular position as phi 2. Why we have taken? Because from here we have to cover all the magnetic field due to upper portion of wire, and from here to here we are covering the magnetic field due to lower portion of wire, current carrying wire. So we have covered every portion of the current carrying wire. So what we will do, we will integrate the above equation. By integrating the above equation, we will determine the magnetic field due to whole portion. By integrating the above equation, by integrating the above equation, by taking the limit of phi, by taking the limit of this phi from, either you move from this to this side or from this to this side. If you are moving from this to this side, this is angle phi 1 in anti-clockwise. Minus phi 1. If you move like this, we have to take minus phi 1 to plus phi 2. So integrating the above equation by taking the limit, by taking the limit of phi from minus phi 1 to plus phi 2. Now is here, integrate the above equation. dB mu naught, integration of dB mu naught upon 4 pi, I is constant, d is constant, put this as it is. Now integration of cos phi, what is the integration of cos phi into d phi? Integration of minus phi 1 to plus phi 2. We know that integration of cos phi is sin phi. Sin phi, what is the limit? Minus phi 1 to plus phi 2 mu naught upon, see here, what is the limit we have taken? Minus phi 1 to plus phi 2 and mu naught I upon 4 pi d. Put upper limit sin phi 2 minus sin phi 1, minus sin phi 1 minus sin phi 1, so minus minus it will be plus. See here, we will put how integration of dB is b, integration of dB is b, so b becomes mu naught I upon 4 pi d. Upper limit, first put upper limit sin phi 1 upper limit minus lower limit sin phi 2. What is sin? A lower limit is minus 5. Sin minus phi 1, minus sign come here and will be minus minus plus sin phi 2. So you just remember, magnetic field due to a straight current carrying wire of finite length will be mu naught I upon 4 pi d. D is the perpendicular distance, sin phi 1 and plus sin phi 2. See here, phi 1 and phi 2, these are the angular positions of the two ends. This is phi 2 and this is phi 1, angular position of the two terminals of the wire, whose magnetic field has to be calculated. This is the perpendicular distance and this is the ends. So the point P where we have to determine the magnetic field, we have to join this with the straight wire and take their angular position from this perpendicular. This angular position is phi 2 and this angular position is phi 1. We have to move from one side to another side. So here we have moved clockwise, anti-clockwise. So when you are moving in along clockwise direction, so minus phi 1 to plus phi 2, we have integrate and we have find this value, that magnetic field due to straight current carrying wire is mu naught I upon 4 pi d sin phi 1 plus sin phi 2.